swish and swipe. I'm swishing, I'm swiping, but you won't hear me griping, cause I'm busting my house today. I really dig it, I get it. It only takes a minute to keep my house looking this way.
Sorry I'm late. Yeah, printer wouldn't work. I printed them last night. They weren't there. I printed them a second time, but the third time is charm. Thanks for all the stars, everybody.
That's right. I've made it a habit. There's nothing hard about it. Just 15 minutes a day. I'm cleaning and cleaning. I do my quick routines and I'll soon be able to play. You should see me smile when I'm sprucing up this time. Only takes a little while and I'm done. And it's fun when I'm swishing and swiping. No, you won't hear me griping, cause I'm blessing my house today. Here we go now.
Okay, folks, we got lots of people in here. We got lots of things going on. I got hair in my eye. I did not get my hair cut yesterday. Robert drove me over because he knew I would be upset to see Teresa for the last time. Well, not the last time. We'll go visit because she's one of my dear friends. So I took her a housewarming gift. Justin gathered up for me our ultimate package with extra purple rags, extra mop handle, extra toilet bowl brushes. And I took it to her. I set it down. I'm totally masked. And she says, well, it's not quite time for your appointment. And I said, I know. I said, but I'm not going to get anything done today. I'm going to give you a break so you can catch up, so you can hurry up and get down to your new house, because it's a 5-hour drive. And I said, I just want to love you and tell you I'm going to miss you. And I try not to cry. And so I gave her a card and I wrote her a little letter inside and thanked her for the last 12 years of therapy sessions. And we just hugged each other. No social distancing, but we both had on masks. We hugged each other. And Melanie, her partner in the store, in the salon, was Melanie's salon, because Teresa sold it to her a long time ago, getting ready for this moment in time. And I hugged Melanie. Melanie's had a rough year. She had an aneurysm and had to have surgery on her brain twice. So I hugged Melanie and we just cried. We all cried. So it was hard. It was really hard and I was wiped out. But I had already prepared. I told Leanne we couldn't come to dinner last night because So Robert and I went riding around looking for houses for Leanne after the fact, and we had a good drive and a good talk, and it was all fun, all fun. So we have purple rags, silver rags, and pink rags are all on sale right now, y'all. They're on sale, and they make great Christmas presents. We have a new tool that we're going to be probably showcasing later today or tomorrow. I don't know when yet, but it is an amazing new tool. Y'all have been begging for it, and you're gonna love it. You're absolutely gonna love it. I can't wait for you to see it. Get your calendars ordered. The big one and our little one that fits in your purse. And I want to thank everybody who lives in the path of the hurricane for heating I can't show you now because I don't have it. I don't have it. The truck is coming in later today. I do not have it. Can't even tell you what it is. It's just, let me telegraph it by saying it has multiple uses and you're going to love it because it's not pigeonholed into doing one thing. I love things that do more than one thing, like our multi-wand. Our multi-wand can be used wet or dry. It can be used for baseboards or ceilings. And when you put it on our handle, you don't ever have to climb again. But it's not that. I know, it's just, it's killing me not to be able to tell you. And I don't even have one I can show you. Because we had this design especially for you. I love designing stuff. I really do. I really love it. In fact, I'm working on a new design for this. Not to do away with this, but for another purpose. And you're going to love that too. You're going to love it. Anyway, that's a different it's just in the beginning process. This is something I came up with this morning talking to Justin. So, there you have it. The storm was bad. I was up till 1 o'clock in the morning watching the storm. It was getting ready to cross over. It still got 100-mile-an-hour winds heading up into Arkansas, folks. And tomorrow is Liz's birthday. I'm not going to tell you how old she is, but tomorrow is Liz's birthday. Now, I have questions. Are you ready? Use coupon code CLEAN25 to save 25% on anything that's not already deeply discounted. Yeah, you can do this. Okay, first question. My husband is slowing down my decluttering since he works from home. He will go through the garbage and take things out, even expired food, saying it's still good. It is driving me nuts. I am starting to hide garbage in the laundry room until garbage day. Any suggestions? You answered your own question. When you're decluttering, take it immediately out to the trash can. And if it's stuff that you don't want him to bring back in the house, throw something nasty in on top of it, like cat litter or something. He won't be rummaging through cat litter. And, if nothing else, take it out and go to where you dump things. I mean, where you can put your trash. Take it immediately to the trash can. Put it in the back of your car and put it in the trash can. You may have a central receiving station that you can take your trash. But you already know what to do. But once you get it out of the house, he can't put it back in the house. Nope, he can't do it. But you got to do it a little at a time. If you spend a lot of time doing it, he's going to recognize you're doing it. So just reach into your pantry, grab a couple of things. If it's really bad, open the can and toss the food in the trash and recycle the can. Got it? Recycle your cans. Recycle as much as possible. My dog is upset. She's laying right there because Robert has gone off without her and she's not happy. And keeping expired food. You know what I do when Robert pulls something like this? And he is good to do that. I look at him. That's Tulip. I look at him and I say, Ella, I call him his mother. And he gets this sheepish grin on his face. He said, you're right. I call him Ella, his mama. because she would hold on to stuff. I used to be a full-time working mom that had to do everything and could fit cleaning in. Now I'm a stay-at-home mom and I feel like, oh, I can do that later. Any tips? Whenever you hear yourself say, I can do that later, that's your cue to get up and do 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Hold on a second. And I know you all have peanut butter jars. This is a peanut butter jar that I've saved because it's a good sized jar. You can reach your hand down in it. And what I have done here, let me pull these things out. These are some blank flashcards that I got from Amazon. They're just little, like a deck of cards, but they're flashcards. You can turn them into flashcards for the kids to learn their multiplication tables and all kinds of things. It's an old-timey way of doing things, but guess what? It's tried and true, and it works. And I have written a lot of decluttering things on these cards and different places to declutter. It's like different areas to declutter. Anyway, it's just, let me get this one here. Get them sorted. So you take your cards, and you can do this with note cards. You take some note cards and cut them into little pieces. You can take some Post-it notes and fold them up and put them in a jar. There's lots of ways to play this fun game. And I found this testimonial last night, and it was just an amazing testimonial where a lady was helping a friend of hers who was a disabled veteran, and his house was getting cluttered. And he was becoming depressed because his house was having problems. So she started doing a phone game with him where she would take one of these tiles. This is another way to do it. You can buy 240 something of these tiles. And you can write on these tiles with a Sharpie. And they come in several different colors. So you could have morning, afternoon, and evening routines written on the tiles. You could have declutter spots on your tiles. It's $12 for a package of 244 of these. And you can make a lot of these little Christmas presents. So when you feel yourself say, I can do that later, I have plenty of time. Well, what happens when you have plenty of time? Parkinson's Law number 2 kicks in. A job will expand to the time that you have allotted for it. So when you just allot 2 minutes, or a song, 3 minutes on a song, when you just allot that 3 minutes, do what you can in that 3 minutes and then stop and go on to the next thing. Got it? So you can have a declutter. You can have a declutter bin, or you can have a routine bin. You can put your morning routines in a bin, your afternoon routines in a little jar, and play the game. I got the tiles on Amazon. Look for wooden colored tiles. Wooden colored tiles. Yep. And then make up some cards on where to declutter, because here's some great places. I'll just go through some of these. Declutter old medications. Declutter sheets and donate them to dog shelters. Clean out a drawer in your bathroom. Clean your dog bowls. Declutter 5 purses. Yeah, we got a lot of purses. Craft sticks work too, Jamma. Declutter ratty old washcloths. Outdated spices. Leanne and I have done this game before. I won. Cool Whip bowls. I know you save them. Get rid of them. Declutter old costume jewelry. This is a fun game. Cooking utensils. Just how many cooking utensils do you need? Declutter flower pots and things on your front porch. Declutter empty bottles around your bathtub. Butter bowls too. Declutter books. People holler at this, but I asked a bunch of people one time to declutter a cookbook. One of those cookbooks you get with one of those appliances you don't use anymore. And I had a riot on my hands. A mutiny, I'm telling you. People went ballistic. It's just a book, y'all, and most recipes are online now. So here, declutter a book, cookbook, something. Dust off the top of your bed. How often do you do that? We're in our master bedroom this week. Clean window sills. This is just a bunch of little things. Make your bed. Have you made your bed? My bed's made. Clean the door facings. Right now with COVID, we need to clean our door facings. Eliminate a dog bed. Our dog beds take over our house at our home. We got one in every corner, and sometimes we just need to get rid of one. Declutter a mug. When you get a new mug, I ordered a new mug this week because I wanted a mug with Gibbs rules on it from NCIS, and he has 100 rules. And I got me a mug with Gibbs rules on it. Don't ever go anywhere without a knife. That's rule number 9. Declutter picture frames. Yeah, we got a lot of pictures and some picture frames that we never put on the wall. We don't want them on the wall. It's time to turn them into something else. You can take a picture frame and cover it with cork, little sticky cork pads like a bulletin board, and hang your calendar on it. If you got a big old picture frame, you can turn it into a cork board and hang your calendar on it. You can turn it into turn picture frames into little bulletin boards for each child you have, their Hall of Fame area. Yeah, I love Gibbs. Leroy Jethro Gibbs. Declutter your makeup. Makeup gets old, y'all. Date your makeup when you get it, and then when it's a year old, you need to get rid of it. Declutter coats in your coat closet. Now's the time to do that if you're in the Northern Hemisphere. Declutter the coats that y'all don't wear anymore, and they will clean them and give them out to somebody. Declutter things in your pantry. Yeah, expired food. Do it. Declutter your freezer. And what I like to do when I declutter my freezer, I like to put those items in a crock pot and make bone broth out of them. You can do that. People are talking about the derecho that hit Iowa. Swept across the whole state of Iowa. Whole state of Iowa. And it was hurricane force winds for 1,000 miles. Cat 2 hurricane. Declutter your refrigerator. We do that on Wednesday, but if you haven't done it this week, do it now. Old towels. I have a stack of old towels right over there we use to dry the dog off when she comes in from a rainstorm. Declutter an appliance you no longer use. Do you have a bread machine that you haven't used in 5 years and you don't eat bread anymore? Declutter your bread machine. Declutter lotions. Goodness knows we have a big supply of lotions. That one's blank. Dining room clutter. Do you have a china cabinet that you have dishes in there that you never use? Get rid of one of them. Declutter nail polish. Yeah. If you've got a big thing of nail polish and blue is no longer in fashion, or green or whatever color, yeah. Animal shelters love those towels too. Baking pans. When's the last time you made a wedding cake and you've got wedding cake pans? Donate them. Donate them. So you see, and here's some more. Declutter your pantry. Declutter hats and scarves. That goes along with the coats. Silverware drawer. Can you get rid of some things in your silverware drawer? Declutter old cleaning products. I know you have a bunch of those. We already said spices. Declutter take your recycling off. Don't let it pile up. Declutter a cooking pan or a skillet. Declutter your mail. Yeah. If you get stuff in, you can go and unsubscribe from things and say, I don't want that anymore. Declutter a cookbook. Put away your shoes and declutter a couple pairs of shoes in the process. Declutter plants on your porch. Declutter your table, your coffee table, your end table, your dining table. Declutter your launch pad because stuff gets stuck there. Clean off your desk. Go back and take notes of these and put them on little post-it notes. Watch the show. Declutter 5 books. Declutter your office supplies. Yeah, you have a lot of stuff. I had to go through my stuff yesterday, find a card for Teresa. I didn't have the right card, so I just used a blank card with a red rose on it. Declutter shoes. Doesn't matter if you have 2 or 3 cards. Declutter dog bowls, because we have several of them. We have a visitor dog bowl when Molly's here. Declutter butter bowls and Cool Whip bowls. Declutter your mixing bowls. Just how many mixing bowls do you need? Think about it. Declutter knives. Do you have a bunch of steak knives that don't cut steak? Get rid of them. Declutter cutting boards. I have way too many of them. I have a little one. I have a big red one. I have one that's the shape of a fish. Yeah. Declutter cutting gadgets. You know, things to sharpen knives that you don't use. Declutter refrigerator magnets. If you take the refrigerator magnets off of your refrigerator, I promise, your refrigerator will not fall apart. Yeah, and take the paper off of there. The menus and stuff, the menus are online now. Declutter a kitchen cabinet, just one. Declutter email. It's called Select All, Control A, Delete, or Command A, Delete. Declutter serving bowls. Most of us don't use serving bowls anymore, except at Thanksgiving. Declutter your freezer. And that needs to be seasonally. Like every 3 months, you need to look at your freezer and take an inventory and have a standing inventory of your freezer. Declutter under your sink. What do you got in there? Mayonnaise jars, vases from flowers you got for Mother's Day and Valentine's Day. Yeah, let's get rid of those things. I use vases to hold my toilet bowl brush. Declutter furniture. Do you have too much furniture on your back deck? And declutter the junk drawer. I don't have a junk drawer. I have a miscellaneous drawer. And that miscellaneous drawer has my tools and everything in it. And all of this stuff stays in this jar. And if you get in the habit of taking this little blessings jar, as the lady called it, because she made one for her friend. And you could put it together with a timer. Think about it. It would be a great gift. A timer, a package of purple rags, and this little declutter kit. Great gift. And if you've got a lot of people in your family that need some help, make that for them for Christmas. It's a simple, and you can buy 244 little blocks. And the email's coming out. Let's see. Maybe at 1 o'clock today, I think, is when it's coming out. It might be at 9 o'clock tonight, but you watch for it. It's called Blessings Jar. I have difficulty going to sleep. Some days I'm up until 6 a.m. Do you have any suggestions to go to sleep at a decent time? Well, you've got your days and nights mixed up. And don't drink any caffeine after 9 o'clock in the morning. And Leanne and I can't wait until we have our caffeine-free tea to come in, because I think I have got to let go of some caffeine, not only have caffeine in the morning for my body. My body changes. I'm recognizing it. I get up at 9 o'clock. I get up around 8:30, quarter till 9. I try to be working at 9 o'clock in the morning, and then having done my morning routine, and then last night I went to bed at 1 o'clock because I was watching the hurricane. So magnesium really helps with sleep too. I like to put a little lavender oil on the bottoms of my feet. Yes, lavender oil on the bottoms of my feet. I have it in a little roller, and it's amazing. It really does a great job of just helping you get to sleep. But you've got to turn off your electronics. That means your computer, your phone. Computer and phone. Or you're never going to go to sleep. And if you get up in the middle of the night, I wanted to get up in the middle of the night and look at the hurricane and see what was going on. I knew it was dark and I wouldn't be able to see. And I just said, no, instead of getting up and reactivating my morning signals, I said, I'm just going to pray. So every time I woke up, I just prayed for the people in Louisiana and Texas. The people I knew that were there last night, I sent them a message and told them that I was praying for them. So sometimes that's all you can do. But you've got to reset your sleep time. Don't take any naps in the afternoon. Get up and work. Get up and do things. Get off your duff and do something, because you're going to be tired in the evening. And when you're tired, you'll go to bed. Listen to your body. Sleep when you're tired, but you may have to get up early. You may have to miss going to sleep one night to get your days and nights straightened back up. I know that sounds crazy, but it will help you regulate your sleep time. You got it? This is a funny question. I'm very curious of your answer. Why do people duck when they run in the rain? I have no clue, but we do. We do. Maybe it's because we think we have an umbrella and we need to get under our umbrella. I have no clue why people duck when they run in the rain. Maybe they think they can miss a raindrop if they get lower. I don't know. I've been caught in a thunderstorm. It's not pretty. Let me tell you this story. I was fly fishing. I was guiding a man and his 14-year-old nephew to my favorite places to fish. And I didn't have my keys out of the car yet. And I was getting the stuff out of the car, and I shut the back door, and the kid shut my door on my truck. And we got the keys locked in the car. Now, it absolutely panicked me. I was in a panic because there was coming up a thunderstorm. And it's not good to be out in a thunderstorm with no way to get to shelter. I did know some tricks. You can stand under a hemlock tree, but all our hemlock trees are dying now. But I knew a place to go hide under a bridge. I could go hide under this bridge, but it was still on a big rock, so it wasn't safe. So I knew this place pretty well, and there was a fire ring. And I took a stick and I dug around in this fire ring. Why I did that, I have no clue. No clue why I did that. But guess what I found? I found the head of a hatchet. Yeah, a head of a hatchet. And I took the head of that hatchet and I wrapped my hand around my shirt and I broke a window on my car. It was a little window. It was a little, my car, it was a Nissan SUV, and it had a little tiny window in the back on the passenger side, and I tapped that and broke that. And we got in the car and we were safe. And then sheriff's deputy came by and stopped, and it was just, we got a good sheriff's department here. They're wonderful. But you don't want to be out in a thunderstorm with lightning popping all around you. And this storm that's coming up through the Louisiana and Arkansas, still going 100 miles an hour, and it's dumping rain. It's moving pretty fast, so it won't dump rain like it did in Houston a few years ago with Hurricane Harvey. So I guess that's why people duck when it rains. The dog has gone over to the door. How often do you clean the inside of your washer, dryer, stove, microwave, dishwasher, and fridge? Well, washer, I wipe down my washer when I do laundry. It's just, if I'm doing a load of towels, I get one of the or a load of purple rags. I'll wet one of them and wipe everything down while I'm doing laundry. It's like swish and swipe. When I'm doing laundry, I wipe things down. Somebody's asking what the star thing is. Well, the stars are worth about a penny a piece, and people can give us stars. And that's really sweet. And I'm collecting them until I get enough money to buy me some red rocking chairs for my front porch. I can't wait to get them. Probably won't get them till next year, because they're sold out. It's summertime. Yesterday was National Dog Day, I believe. But how often do I clean my washer? Every time I use it. Dryer, I clean out the dryer vent thing all the time. And I probably have too many things stacked on top of my dryer. I need to declutter those things. Stove, I have an automatic cleaning knob on my stove, and I clean it about twice a year when it's cold out, because I don't want to heat up the house. And I have 2 ovens. But I wipe my stove down every time I use it, which isn't often, y'all. Leanne wipes hers down every day. Microwave. If I make a spill in the microwave, I clean it. I don't wait for it to get all cruddy. I clean it. And a great way to clean a microwave is just to put a wet rag in there and nuke it, but it's going to be really hot. You can put a cup of water in there and let it boil for a minute, and then let it sit in there and make some steam, and then everything just wipes off with a purple rag. Dishwasher. Well, a rubber scrubber, the seal around your dishwasher can get cruddy. So when we're in the kitchen in zone 2, you can just scrub the seal around your dishwasher. But if you're careful about putting dirty dishes in there, you're not going to have a lot of crud around the seal. So I'm real careful. I always start with a sink full of hot soapy water in my sink, and then that way the dishes go in there and go straight into the dishwasher, and they don't have crud on them. And fridge. We clean our fridge out every Wednesday. Every Wednesday. Well, Bonnie, if your microwave is icky, it's time for you to clean it. Time for you to clean it. So if you've got some Windex, or just put some steam in there. Put a little bowl of water in there, but don't pick the bowl up, because the bowl's going to be super hot. And be careful. I have a convection oven. Now you can use a purple rag. You can put a pan of water in your regular oven and steam up your regular oven, and things will wipe off in there too. When I was during the COVID shutdown, everybody was making sourdough bread. Well, I learned to put one of your roasting pans full of boiling water. You take your kettle and you pour it into the pan, close the door, and that makes your proofing box. Well, it also helps to get rid of crud out of your oven. Convection oven, regular oven, it doesn't matter. Water is a good cleaner. But when you use a purple rag, you just wipe things down. Now, you can use a little baking soda on it, and you can get some fume-free off, which does a good job too. But I don't like to use chemicals in my house. So there you have it. You wipe down one shelf in your refrigerator, you clean it off and wipe it down. Start with a sink full of hot soapy water. Will you explain what the 27 fling boogie is and how you pick the number 27? Well, when I was first decluttering, I was reading a book called 9 Steps to Financial Freedom. Yep, 9 Steps to Financial Freedom. It's by Susie Orman. I was also reading another book called 101 Ways to Feng Shui Your Home. A friend gave me that book. And I read in the Feng Shui book, not that I know what Feng Shui is or that I even do it, but I read if you move 9 items in a room, you can change the flow of energy, because energy gets stuck on things that are on your coffee table and it doesn't move freely in a room. So when I was reading 2 books at once, and which I do quite often. And the other book was Susie's book, 9 Steps to Financial Freedom, and she taught us to clean off our desk. And she said, remove 25 items. She was talking about cleaning your office. And she said, go through your office and gather up 25 items to throw away. 25. It can be 25 pieces of paper. And then she said, gather up 25 items to give away. So I have a math brain. I think in math problems. I remember numbers as equations. I don't know why I do this. It's just how my brain works. So I thought, okay, if moving 9 things is good to change the energy. If you remove 27 things, 9 times 3 is 27. And that's how I came up with the number 27 for the 27 Fling Boogie. And that's how I got my home decluttered, was 27 items 6 times a day. 3 times of getting rid of trash and 3 times of getting rid of giving something away. So there you go. What kind of floor cleaner do you suggest I use with the big mop? Water, water, water. You can use a little Windex if you want to. But I don't suggest floor cleaners. No, because soap gets streaky on floors. But if you use plain water, it's not going to be streaky. And if you use our mop or our wonderful, if you haven't gotten this mop cloth, if you've purchased the big purple mop, let me get it here. This thing's on sale right now. The whole thing and 2 extra of these and 1 extra of these cloths is $25.95. But you can just buy the head. If you already have our handle, which is what fits this mop, you can just buy the head. get it back in here so it'll stick. But this mop cloth, these fingers, you don't even have to sweep before you mop. You just wet it down. Just wet it down. The one thing I have always used mopping, if you want a cleaner, is I have used ammonia, but you got to be real careful with it, and you don't want to use a lot. But Windex has ammonia, and then there is a Windex that you can buy by the gallon that is antibacterial, and it kills germs. So I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. And I have used alcohol with a purple rag and a pink rag, but I'd rather use it with a silver rag because the purple rag, if it's not an old purple rag, if it's not an old one, it can bleed purple on your walls, and you don't want to do that. So get a set of silver rags that you use for wiping down your walls. What should I use as a disinfectant with the purple rag? I just went over that. Alcohol works, y'all. Pour some alcohol in a bowl of water and dip your silver rags in it. And you can disinfect lots of things. It's been hard to find disinfectant. People have even gone to using vodka, y'all, when it couldn't be found. But the liquor stores were open. You couldn't find any disinfectant anywhere. You couldn't find any Lysol. But you could find alcohol. Can the carpet sweeper be used effectively on other flooring types like tile or laminate? No, it's not made for that. It's made for rugs and carpet. We have the rubber sweeper for floors if you want to sweep your floor. This is one of our original tools. This is what is made for floors. You could sweep up stuff and then sweep it onto your rug and then use your carpet sweeper. Let me show you what the carpet sweeper is. Let me put this back. It helps keep me organized, knowing where everything is. But this is your carpet sweeper. And let me show it to you. It's purple. Yeah, it's purple. But it is made for carpets. It's made for rugs. And it does a great job on those floor mats that you can't get anything off with a vacuum cleaner. This stuff will pull little pieces of threads up and all kinds of stuff. And then all you do is this opens up. And Justin has showed you how to do this. This opens up and you empty it. This gets covered up with hair. Look at this. It's nasty. I don't know where I've used it, but I've used it on something. But this is a great tool, especially if you got lots of people home and they're doing school and you don't want to run the vacuum cleaner and make a big noise, or you don't want to scare your little kids or your dogs with the vacuum cleaner. This thing really does pick up the stuff on the carpet. And I think that's all our questions, y'all. So it's 10 minutes till. I'm going to leave you with a mission. We're in our master bedroom this week. I want you to go into your master bedroom and write down 6 things on a Post-it note or on a card. 6 things to do, and then get you a dice and roll it and get those 6 things done. That's your assignment. And I'm going to ask you at 3 o'clock if you've done it. And I'm going to ask for a show of hands. So let's play our own game by ourselves. You got it? And I want to say one more thing about the Republican National Convention last night. Our little candidate for the 11th District of the North Carolina, of the U.S. House of Representatives, Madison Cawthorn. His mother is a friend of mine. I have spoken at her house at Christmas a couple of years ago. He's in a wheelchair. He was in a car accident when he was 18 years old. He had been nominated to go to one of the academies, but he never got a chance to go because he had a car wreck. And he is paralyzed from his waist down. And last night he spoke at the Republican National Convention. And he had a couple of spotters. And I noticed something on his legs. And it's called an exoskeleton. And he gave his speech. And then he ended his speech with 2 spotters coming out to help him. 2 spotters coming out to help him. Put a walker in front of him. And he stood up. And it was amazing. And I was so proud of him. And I know his mama was proud of him. I know she's seen him stand before when he was going through physical therapy. But he did it in front of millions of people. And then the veterans did it. Later on that evening, 6 veterans stood who were in wheelchairs too. And I squalled my eyes out. I did. Because I was so proud of him. One day I'll get to meet him and tell him how proud I am of him. But he is a rising star. He's 25 years old. He's been through a lot in his young age. And say a prayer for him and his mom and his dad. They have worked hard. He's not a representative yet. But last night he showed us what he's made of. I heard something outside, a boom. Anyway, I will talk to you later. 3 o'clock, you got your homework assignment. You're going to go into your master bedroom and see what you got to do in there and write it down. And get it done. I love you all. I will see you at 3 o'clock. I will have a show today. And if you haven't gotten things done, we're going to get them done. See you later. Bye.